Okay, camera 1's operator gets camera 3 to do the miking. Okay, I need somebody at camera 2 to do the slow zoom in. Camera 6, open it up to you, then go on to camera 2. And then camera 6 gets Marissa. Does that answer your question? Let's go.
Listen up, cause you're in for a fight. When we take the field on a Friday night, it's gonna hit hard, get ready to scream, cause it's about to get
Fade net, roll 1. 1's up, soup's up, mic 'em.
Do you know who your principal is? Maybe not if you're
Go camera 1.
to an Abilene school.
Camera 1, you're up. Go on double box, camera 2. Double box, please, Deco.
And I'm Fran Adkins. Chances are
You'll have to follow camera 2.
Principal next year.
The Abilene Independent
Quickly, Deco.
is shuffling
Thank you.
personnel.
Yeah, every net.
And wave them over.
Rick Tomlin joins us from the
He's up.
newsroom now
They're up.
to tell us which schools will be affected.
Mike Newsroom.
Well, AISD
Newsroom up.
media conference
Going to back, better 4.
several changes in the coming school year.
Roll 4. 4's up. This is a packet, runs 132. I need camera 1 inserted, please. Here's your preview, camera 1.
Move on. Gaius principal Vicky
Watch the bug, please, with the full pages.
ISD. Replacing her is Marilyn Rideout, who comes over from Lincoln.
Hey, Tim, you guys have to do anything from 2?
Yeah, you're just going to stay there because he's going to be in a double box. All right, thanks. You're welcome.
David Dominguez, assistant principal, who comes over from Man. Jim Franks will also be a new principal, this time at Johnston Elementary, and he will be coming over.
And then
to
after
Valley
he
View.
says, thank you, Rick Tomlin, for that live report, then you need to go get me a 2-shot, please. On camera 2. Camera 1, there's your preview again.
Oprah will be
She will be inserted, tilt up, zoom in.
Will be replacing her, who comes over from Lincoln. The at-risk coordinator for the district, Joel Loyow,
Zoom out one hair, please.
Assistant principal.
No, just a hair. Zoom in here. Okay, up and right.
Will hold that position
Again,
at class.
her head's still in the box.
This
Okay, there you go.
movement
Soup's up.
allowed us to
This runs 132. It's not a direct out. Coming back to camera 5 in the newsroom. Soup's out.
Always an excellent principal and with the curriculum coordinators there on each campus. The programs remain.
Newsroom camera looks a little dark,
Shuffling
but
is in part to help with the
can't do
annual
anything about
budget,
that.
with more changes sure to come in the near future.
2, your preview again. Soup's
We
up.
are just inches away from being in the exemplary district, and if we can keep our status.
Stand by newsroom. Soup's out.
Kids excited about that. What more could you want?
All other faculty will remain the same.
Mic 'em. Soup's up.
3 positions will be done away with in the change. 1 elementary principal's position.
Soup's out. Stand by, Bob. Come back to the double box.
And also the Project Pass Exceldina students. will
Camera 1,
be
just
done
remember
away
to
with.
follow her.
The AISD director of finance says this will save the
Ready, camera 2?
$1,000.
Camera 2's up.
Okay, education reporter Rick Tomlin.
Going to Fran.
That live report tonight.
Mike Fran. Fran's up.
Meanwhile, the oldest elementary
Going to
school
Vitter
in
1.
Hollywood is
2 2-shot.
somewhat lonely. That's because earlier in the year,
Roll
the
1.
Congress School Board
1's
voted
up.
to close the aging
Soup's
South
up.
Elementary campus due to its suffocator condition.
We'll be taking this full. We are in Vitter 1.
Moving out of the old
Soup's
building,
out.
which seems to be more of an emotional experience than expected.
Take it full.
It's very difficult. I've been
And
here for
Soup's
9
up.
years, and this is where I started my teaching career, so it's pretty tough.
This runs 15 seconds. Continue with VO. Tag on 1. Wave to 2. Stand by. Her. Stand by camera 1. Soup's out.
I've gotten a very warm reception out of Northwest.
Micer.
Since school let out last week for the summer, teachers have been moving supplies and materials to the new classrooms at other schools. As a result of the closing, the Brownwood School District had to reconfigure the
Camera 1, watch your head in the box.
education
Pan right,
program.
please.
The students from South
Hold
Elementary
it.
will be relocated
She's up.
to other
Going to
schools
camera 2.
within the district.
They're up. Camera 1, quickly. Go. Monitor.
Family, especially with your children, you know how
Go ahead and focus.
frustrating it can be when trying to locate a business with an available restroom.
Get ready to roll 2.
Your email to
Can we get the iris checked on camera 1, please? Zoom in 1. Again. Again. Hold it.
KCAB's Victor Patella joins us in the studio with the answer in this week's KCAB list.
Roll 2. Mic 'em. He's up. Soup's up. Monitor
We don't
mic.
have public restrooms. We've all heard this at one time before.
Going to Vitter 4.
Emergency
Pack.
is the 2 phrases you don't want to hear.
Roll 4. 4's up. It's a pack. This runs 112. Try to balance it out.
Food and beverage establishments that serve more than 50 people have to have men's and women's bathrooms available to the public. Also,
I need camera 2 inserted, please.
Employees and patrons at a time.
Example of how small a space that is to get 15 people.
Soup's up.
If you have a retail business, if you
This is
allow
not a direct
30
out. Coming out to camera 1. Soup's out. Thank you, John, for rolling 2. You can go ahead and pause it if you haven't already. I'm going to use his super again. Can we bring up that camera 1's iris just a hair?
Retail and general
Camera
office
2
buildings
preview.
only need to provide employee restrooms, and those with fewer than 4 employees need
That's
to
one
only
look.
provide one
Let's see.
unisex bathroom.
It looks better,
What about
thank you.
those out of order signs?
I'll take a Bob super after this Victor Sotelo.
And they allow their employees to use it.
Stand by him, stand by camera 1.
We can do that would just be that the customer, I guess, could perhaps look at some other legal action against them through the
On their
court.
mic.
I'm not aware of any law that violates. Or they could just choose to not do business with that, business anymore.
Mic him, he's up, soup's up.
So if you're out in the public, your best bet is to plan ahead.
Soup's
I'm
out.
in the KTAB studio with
Or Bob.
KTAB Sotelo, back to you.
Mike Bob,
Hey,
Bob's up.
Thank you for joining us here in the studio tonight. A pizza
Do you have the
delivery
super
woman
for me?
was robbed at
Camera 1 centered,
morning
quickly.
at North Abilene apartment complex. An employee of Domino's Pizza was making
Yeah.
a delivery to Abilene North
Soup's up.
Apartments on North Willis. When the woman arrived at the complex, she found the unit was vacant.
Hold it, camera 1.
Way back to her
Going to
car,
Fran.
she was approached by a man who
I vote
threatened her
yes,
with
change.
a knife and
No.
demanded cash.
Okay.
The employee handed over the money and
Ready, camera 1.
ran away.
Mike Fran, Fran's up.
Happy birthday.
Going to Fitter 1, super will be hot.
On their 100th year of service.
Roll 1.
Industries here in
1's up,
Abilene
soup's
is
up. I need
literally
camera 2 inserted like you are. Change OTS to B's.
Has just been added as the latest region to be
Soup's
served
out.
by Goodwill.
And take it full.
We are very
Soup's up.
excited because we were recently
This runs 16 seconds. She'll tag on camera 1 center, then go to Bob. Soup's out. Stand by her. Stand by camera 1.
To enable us to more than double the population.
Tilt up a hair for me, camera 1.
We're very excited about it.
Miker.
Goodwill serves people with
Thank you, camera 1.
disadvantages and disabilities by providing job training and employment services, as well as job placement
Ready, camera 1.
opportunities and post-employment support. The organization was founded in 1902 in Boston to help poor immigrants learn the English language as well as train them for specific jobs.
She's up.
That's the
Going to Bob. Ready, Bob's mic.
A hand up, not a hand out, was born.
Mike Bob. Bob's up. Going to Fitter 4. Super will be hot. Camera 1, 2 shot. Roll 4.
We reported last
4's up.
night,
Soup's
this is
up.
the time of year that bees are on the move. Experts say that when a colony of bees gets too big,
This is just a video.
some bees
Quickly,
will move
camera
to a new
1.
location. Elementary school youngsters were heading into the old gym for a music program. Bees
Ready,
were
camera 2
found
inserted.
flying toward a tree in front of the gym. The children were taken inside through another door, and Hawley police taped off the area until the bees could be removed.
Camera 2's up. Ready, camera 1. 1 tilt down here. Hold it, camera 1. Camera 1's up. Ready, zoom in on camera 3. Camera 1, please pan left. Follow them. Bob scooted over on you. Do you want a super for this? Yes, I need the motion for that. Okay. And music. Go camera 3. And
About 6 hours, Randy. What are the chances?
Mike him. He's up.
Never
Soup's
say
up.
never. It's out there. It's going to be affecting
Soup's
the
up.
western part of the area, probably. I'll show it to you on the radar in just a moment.
Sorry, I didn't have to get the motions from
Right now, the pollen
Soup's up.
grades
Roll
on
2.
your almanac.
2's up.
Today. Low categories there for the pollen count in mold. The official high in Abilene this afternoon, as you see, was 86 degrees. We're pretty much right on target temperature-wise.
And start fading it out. Rolling Vela. Vela's up. Good job, guys. Good job, Sean. Good moving there. Excellent job. Ready, camera 2. 2's
All
up.
right, thank you, Kristen.
Our
And
walk is
music.
something special tonight.
Go super.
Live report from downtown Abilene
Bring 'em
coming
back.
up next.
Bring up the, they were singing earlier. Fade. Rolling Vela. And fading it. Roll 1. 1's up. Soup's up. Michael.
Some Texas school districts are closing their
camera 1.
doors, not because of money, but the flu
Go
bug.
camera 1.
Good
Camera 1, you're
evening.
up.
Thank you for choosing KTAB News tonight. I'm
Ready,
Fran
super.
Ashton.
And I'm Bob Barkley.
Soup's up.
The flu bug is hitting parts of North Texas real hard, but now seems to be moving into the big
Camera
country
3's
in
zooming in
central
here.
Texas.
The De Leon Independent
Good job,
School District
camera 1.
in
Hold
Comanche
it, camera
County
1.
has canceled classes
zoom in
tomorrow,
here. And
with
left.
18% of
More
middle
monitor in
schoolers
here,
out
please.
today, and a fair number of absences in the elementary and high schools there. De Leon schools will
See ya.
reopen on Monday.
And in Stephenville,
You're clear.
students
Yeah,
and
I'll go
faculty
straight.
had a 4-day
Super will be
weekend
on
because of
K.
the high number of children
We're
out
going
with
to
the
3
flu.
first. Camera 2, you can do a
Schools
slow
in
zoom in for
Stephenville
me.
will reopen
Slow zoom
Monday
out.
as
Camera
well.
2.
We talked with Abilene schools. They've had a few more absences, but not like the schools.
Would you like any video off the top story?
Okay, Gorilla, the Abilene Taylor County
And-
Public Health District, joins us tonight to talk more about this issue as we apparently have the flu strain moving in on us. Kay, we Thank you for joining us this evening. And what is this particular flu strain, and what are some of the symptoms you're seeing?
The flu strain is the Hong Kong influenza strain, which has not been in the United States for 15 years. So our children do not have any kind of natural immunity to this, and that's why it's hitting them so hard.
Zoom in, camera 1.
And it's coming out with unusual symptoms. It's not coming with the usual presentation of respiratory symptoms with sore throat and fever and runny noses and cough. It's coming with GI symptoms with nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain. And so the doctors are not linking this abdominal presentation to what we think of as the flu. So we're trying to inform the public and the doctors and everyone of the unusual set of circumstances that's coming with the Hong Kong virus.
Yeah, we noticed that, of course, we first reported this happening in East Texas and Tyler and areas like that, and now it's moving closer. Is there a timeline for Abilene? Are we about to see it here?
We heard when it was in Tyler that it was coming to West Texas, and it would take about 2 weeks to get here. So we're right on the edge of that timeline now.
Now, we've talked about flu shots in the past and promoted the fact that people need to get their flu shots. The folks that have already been inoculated, did that have anything to do with this Hong Kong bead? Would that help fight that off?
Yes, it will, because that Hong Kong bead is what's in the flu vaccine.
Give me the 3-shot, going to camera 2,
So
camera
it's
2.
a very good match for what we have that's coming out with the outbreak and what we have the protection for the vaccine.
Go 2.
Good.
And I've had my shot. Bob does not. Does he still have time?
He has time. It's not too late to get your flu vaccine. In fact, we are still encouraging everyone who hasn't had it up to this point to come in and get one, because it's still within a good time frame to get it.
Go camera 1, get me 2 shots. Go ahead and get me 2 shots.
Season usually runs through October to April. So it's still going to be here for a while.
She's up.
So you're recommending people still get those shots?
Still get the shots.
All right. Thank you, Jay. We appreciate you joining us tonight very much. And the Abilene Taylor County Health District, we'll be talking to you again.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
2 shots up.
Well, a 2-alarm fire roused the south central Abilene neighborhood around midnight. The fire gutted a 2-story home in the 400 block of Peak. The first fireman on the scene reported heavy smoke pouring from the house. Fire investigators say the blaze started in a back room on the first floor, then spread through the attic and walls to the second story. The residents were home, but everyone got out of the house safely.
She's up.
As we reported yesterday, as many as 100 families in this area are still out of their homes due to the July 6th flood. But as it turns out, they're not alone. Over 40 counties in Texas were impacted by floods during that time, and more than 20 people lost their lives due to rising water. Disaster assistance and crisis teams from most of those counties are here in Abilene to compare notes and exchange success stories.
For example, we have programs in New Braunfels, San Antonio, Houston. Some of the same issues that we're faced with here in Abilene are also occurring in those communities, and they may have already been solved, but we learn from each other on how to better serve the families or individuals that were impacted by these events.
The program is funded by FEMA, and the teams will continue to meet in different counties affected by recent disasters, including Corpus Christi that was recently hit by a tornado. The teams will continue to meet until the anniversary of the flood, and they will be in Abilene through tomorrow.
With Christmas only 2 weeks away, we're getting calls about how to get holiday greetings to servicemen and women around the world. We're making it a little easier by putting links to military websites on our website. So log on to KTABTV.com, and there are several ways to send messages on the internet. And if you've mailed things addressed to any service member in the past, you'll be disappointed. Because of security concerns, the military will not accept those packages anymore.
Some students from Abilene High School gave up their lunch hour today to help the Salvation Army. The gym at the Salvation Army looked more like a toy store as students in the PALS program at Abilene High sorted mountains of toys donated by the Abilene community.
We go around town, people call in asking for our support, just for us to go around. And we do stuff like this a lot around town. We have a bunch of different service projects we do, and we have to try out for that, and so it's a really hard thing to get into, but we do it because we love it.
More than 1,200 families have requested assistance from the Salvation Army this year. And to make sure the children receive age-appropriate gifts, the students in the PALS program will be sorting through all of the toys today and tomorrow. Major Ann Johnson says although the PALS students are helping out, the Salvation Army could always use more help. If you're interested in volunteering your time, you can contact the Salvation Army at 698-5955.
And wave mower.
Well, we're getting close to the weekend, and usually all kind of weather you expect.
Tell me some music.
We do. Not too many shopping days left. Randy, what's the weather going to be like?
Randy.
Well, if you're looking forward to getting out and shopping, I think you're going to like the forecast I have for you tonight. Warmer than average and dry for the weekend. We'll talk about those numbers in just a moment. But first, here's a look at the almanac today. We made it up to 53 this afternoon, Abilene. After a low this morning, I was 45, so the high was a little below normal, and the low was a little above normal, but neither very close to the records at all.
And fade. Rolling. We're good. I'm coming out to camera 1, then going to camera 3, going to roll 6. Roll 6, turn on the gear. Hey, background tape. It's 6. Kill the Randy open. Kill the Randy open. I don't want the Randy open. We're going to top story. I want to break, and then I want to go to top story. Is Vidder 1 loaded? Yes, sir. What is? Okay.
Welcome to all such country.
Okay, so we'll charge Commander to come out and get
Okay, yeah.
Randy said he wants to do it.
Okay, after top story super, I want the double box, the ice box, okay? I need the air conditioner turned on here.
Randy said he's doing it.
Almanac is live, okay?
He's going to do it live.
I need a roll 6. You need a roll 6 now. He's rolling out. There we go.
Is it prompter working?
Century tractors. Century puts added material.
Record this on just that VHS, that's fine. You don't have time.
Is the prompter monitor working?
Is the prompter working? Did you hook up everything? Do 09 take 8 if it's not. 09 take 8. I'll need to make sure that's done. This is the last spot. Coming to top story on Vidder 1. Yes, Bob.
Okay, and if Kristen is ready, she's going to go from the newsroom.
Roll 1. Okay.
News, top story.
Micah.
The storm of 2003 has brought schools, businesses, and traffic to almost a standstill across most of the big country today.
Camera 1's up.
Good evening. Thank you for choosing KTAB News tonight.
I need the weather bike. Stop the crawl. Jay, stop the crawl. Pan camera 1 to the left.
And it's not over.
And this has been our continuing coverage all afternoon of the storm of 2003.
Take 3 and 11 switchers.
Randy has been keeping track of
Randy's up. Marks is up.
in the first forecast warning center. And Randy, what's the latest on what we hear and what we see out there?
Michael,
as you said, a lot going on today. We still have numerous thunder showers, sleet showers, snow showers.
Are we going to go to the deals before we go to the package?
We'll go to our storm trackers on the way to show
I don't know just yet.
that the area is green, all of these counties in green,
Monitor's not working.
Sweetwater and up to Haskell and Throckmorton, including the city of Abilene. This is a winter storm warning.
Super, just any
It means
super.
that ice of
1001.
is
Yeah, it's
possible
fine.
tonight. Further to the south, down back up to Spring City.
I see her sitting down in the newsroom.
That means that
Kristen
ice
is.
of
Do you want to do Kristen next, or do you want to do the concessions?
So we have numerous watches and warnings across the area.
Yeah, we got them in there.
Also going on,
I got you,
some
Kristen.
thunder and lightning. Believe it or not, in 8-degree weather, there's a possibility, and we're seeing that right now. Even Abilene, getting thunder here at the KTAB studios in the past 10 minutes or so. Thundering right now. There is some light hail coming out of the south side of Abilene. A lot of sleet. It's going to be a busy time here. Of course, Bob and Fran and the entire news team has lots of information for you, so we'll be back to them right now, and we'll continue with that information.
All right, Randy, thank you very much, and we'll be back to you in just a minute.
Well, if you did you know how treacherous it can be. We do have some driving tips that will hopefully help you reach your destination safely.
KTAB's Kristen Arnold is in the KTAB newsroom with some do's and don'ts on this bad road conditions that we have. Kristen?
TxDOT and other road officials are asking that everybody just stay indoors.
Randy we're going to go to the Deco 4 page, weather driving tips.
Okay. The number one precaution that they also
Click live in.
counseling, VIPP groups, Cisco Junior
See
College
if we can get live van back up. If it's not bad out there anymore, let's get live vans back up.
Classes.
And exercise classes at both YMCA locations.
Okay, we're probably going to go to Lori next.
And
Lori is going to be outside on the newsroom mic. Call one of the live vans. Call Rick's live van, the new one, and ask him if it's raining, and if it's not, I mean, if it's not lightning or anything, tell him to go ahead and set up and let's get that one going.
Ballet theater rehearsals, First Baptist.
Hey, Tim, are we going to Rick next? No, hold on. Okay, it depends where I get set up first. Okay, PNC queued up and ready to go. Okay.
9:20 a.m.
We didn't have, okay, hold on, let me talk to Rick. Bob, I'm setting up Rick, and we're setting Lori outside. I'll let you know which one's done.
And we have also...
Alright, so he's either going to go to Rick or Lori, just whatever I say.
Report at 7 a.m.
2 more pages. Well, I might have a picture. Like, we'll go to Lori now, if y'all get ready.
Until Wednesday.
That's a weak signal. Is that with their mask all the way up, or are they still going?
14 Education Service
Come to camera 1. Crap, let me tell you, go to.
Canceled. Christian Academy closed. Education School in Coleman. Arrow of Truth Lectureship Breakfast for tomorrow morning. And Tiny Tots Playhouse. All of those have been closed. And there are, of course, other meetings that were scheduled, which we were not able to pass along.
Stretch a little bit.
We didn't have the information, and the people have been calling and giving us the information, and we appreciate it very much. As we had mentioned just a little bit earlier,
yeah, we're going to Lori next. We're going to go to Lori. We're going to Lori. Okay.
Snow and hail and thunder, lightning. Randy had mentioned it.
Right, and we have been in some very strange weather before, but I don't think we've ever...
Does she have a tape or anything? Because I don't have anything. I don't see anything. No tape? I have no snow. Here we go. So do you want to... All right.
Explain a little bit of this to us, Lori.
And Micah.
Well, that's right, Granny.
She's up?
We have what's called thunder smells reported today. We have reports of pea-sized hail, lightning, thunder throughout the day, along with sleet and snow, on and off the entire day. And these are relatively rare events. I spoke with Patrick Mercola from the National Weather Service in San Angelo. He estimates that in the big...
Give me the ice box. I don't want to use any of those boxes.
One of these every 2 years.
I will take...
he recalls about 5 or 6 events.
Lori's Super if you have it.
So the reason it's so rare, though, is because normally we get snow showers.
Yeah, they have one in here.
Moisture source, but we don't normally see thunder showers because there's not enough lift in the atmosphere. You get cold air at the bottom of the atmosphere, and it stabilizes.
Bob, do you want to go to a break after this?
Summer is we see very warm air at the surface, and we get an unstable atmosphere. When snow, obviously, is very cold ground, so we don't have a lot of lifting. Well, in this case, we have got a lot of lifting. We have a jet stream above us, which impacts us part of that.
Okay, well, I think Rick set it up. Y'all guys, let me know when we get Rick ready to go.
So we've got several factors that are causing us to get a lot of lift, and we also have
Is that Southwest Adeline? Is that Rick's? Yeah, that's Rick's camera. Is that Southwest Adeline?
So those are some of the reasons that we are seeing the snow showers. I personally have never seen it myself, so it is a relatively rare event, and it looks like it's going to continue throughout the overnight hours.
Okay.
So, reporting live.
I don't know just yet. They're not talking. And double box.
All right, Lori, thank you very much. Coming out of the cold, you've done your report.
I'm looking forward to it.
Do we have Rick yet?
Yeah, we had several live broadcasts planned earlier.
All I got is a mass cam.
Lightning and thunder here, we had to postpone those.
Every time that scares the hell out of me. So can you make sure that we're really letting
stuff to send a reporter out in the field.
Lightning's not
Okay. We certainly think of safety first. So we'll be getting to Rick Tomlin and Victor Sotelo, who are both out live tonight, but we're going to take a pause and then have more about the weather coming up in just a moment. So let's pause and we'll be right back.
Almanac's up. Both of those at block 2. So what we're going to do is I want to do the new live van first. I want to do Rick first. We're going to go to a package second to gain time for you to turn that mess around and get Victor, okay? New one first, get that keyed in, and then old live van next, okay?
Long gone smokers, this is seafood package.
Talking powders or extra blankets, stuff
How long is this for you? Okay, we're going to run out.
As a side story, the Greyhound bus terminal called you guys.
I think I have a pause. Alright, we got a new game plan.
Today.
Alright, I need ENG on Rick. After Rick, we're going to go hit a break. After the break, we're going to do, straight out of the break, we're going to do Victor. Victor, we're going to do the Dan Rather interview with Saddam Hussein.
After a long run of the 50-yard line, KTAB's management felt it was time for a change.
Our general manager, Gail Kiger, told us to come up with something. And we were thinking about names, and Jason Kamalo said something about extreme, and so we worked together with that. We came up with KTAB Football Extreme because we're going to that next level of highlights and of graphics intense. And I just really wanted it to go beyond the market that we are in right now, because we're in market 163. And I really wanted to push that on to do something better than what the normal sports show is around here in the Big Country area. And I think we've actually done that.
The set, which took 6 weeks of construction, was mutually designed by Tim Whitley, KTAB's Senior Director of News Production, and Jason Kamalo, the Commercial Production Manager. While Jason focused on construction of the set, Tim concentrated on making the overall look of the set come together, as well as designing graphics with KTAB's Director of Operations, Jay Barton, and Commercial Editor, Troy Schroed. Tim's main concern was the consistency between the look of the graphics and the set.
Well, that's how we came up with just doing it metallic-like, with a big X in the, with a big red X, because it's just industrial type. And that's where we're going throughout the whole show, and even our background is, again, it's graphically intense. It shows that, hey, we're not, you know, let's go to the scoreboard now. We're like, all right, checking out these highlights, let's go to the video. It's just more intense with the rest of the format of the show.
And let that go. Roll 6. And go 6, Michael. Music.
Welcome to KTAB Stream and our coverage of
Go camera 2. Go 2. Hey, camera 2's up.
Around the Big Country tonight. I'm David Bacon. And I'm Dave Robin.
Go 6.
The district openers tonight for Abilene High. Really? Now more to come on KTAB Football Extreme tonight. Highlights of Brownwood's homecoming game, plus the District 6-3A opener between Clyde and Wiley. And Sarissa will continue to update all the scores on the big board.
Go Deco.
Stay with us.
Now go 6. Good job. Fade. Roll on that one. Music 6. Deco. Michael, go 2.
Welcome back to KTAB Football Extreme tonight, and we'd like to say hello to our listeners on Keen 105 FM and Keen 470 AM, the Rain Prize in Abilene, KPSM, the Rock and Brownwood. Speaking of Brownwood, and he's coming tonight for the Lions at Gordonwood Stadium. Covering the live KTAB Football Extreme tonight is Clemente Morales. Clemente, update us on what's going on in Brownwood tonight.
And he's up. Do the Brownwood one, the CD2. There you go. 6 up. Cut the mics.
Let's go to the highlights. We're going to hang around here. Reporting
6 out.
Brownwood.
The mics is up.
Mike,
okay, thank you for coming. Of course, next week the Lions will play long-time rivals in Stephenville. That will be a big game with playoff implications in District 8-4A.
And camera 1's up.
Football game. Also, we want to update you. Midland High has taken a 3-point lead over Cooper. It's 45-42. Actually, check it out at 42-42. Somebody misheard the score. 42-42, they're still in second overtime. All right, now to Class 3A, the Wiley Bulldogs and the Clyde Bulldogs renewing their rivalry tonight. I was trying to get in the Bulldog Stadium. Let's check it out. First,
6, Music, Michael.
Now let's recap the scores tonight here on KTAB Football Extreme. We checked first on the big board. Sarissa's done a great job getting all these updated. Ball game at Shotwell City tonight.
Alright, go to break after a couple of decos. Go 2.
Highlights for next right here on KTAB Football Extreme. Stay with us.
Go Deco. Go 6. Go to Fela. Thank you for bringing up music. And fade. Roll on that.
KTAB News explores new ideas in education on Beyond the Book, Wednesdays at 10 and Thursdays on Daybreak. Join educational reporter Rick Conlon as he shows you big country teachers making education come alive for our children through innovative teaching methods, new technologies, and special projects in the classroom. Find out what the leaders of tomorrow are learning today on Beyond the Book, Wednesdays at 10 and Thursdays on Daybreak. Brought to you by the Abilene Teachers Federal Credit Union. KTAB News, coverage you can count on. War can be declared any day, and Abilene will be affected as family members and loved ones get the call to arms. You can count on KTAB for the latest on our world, country, and our home. With the power of CBS News and CNN, and the perspective only local observers can give, KTAB News is coverage you can count on.
The perfect gift for the family. And Southwest Pools and Spas has the perfect finance plan to go with it. You can buy now, build now, and pay later. No payments until after 2002, so jump into the savings with Southwest Pools and Spas. What better gift could you give your family? With deals like that, everyone should get in on the fun.
Life's a vacation when you call Southwest. Southwest Pool and Spa.
A flood warning is in effect for Stevens County. My recommendation is definitely stay at one place and just stay there all day long.
Evacuating the Pine Meadows apartments.
It may not look too deep right now. It's about up to above my ankles, about 8 inches of water here.
Flash flooding that is occurring around the area.
So a situation like this may not get any better anytime soon.
Looks like it's going to be a long day.
The water is continuing to get closer.
In the parking lot.
It's in our parking lot at the KTAB studios.
Maybe you should go move my car.
Move our cars. We're in the same situation as all of you.
Continuing to rise because I looked at the shot just a couple of minutes ago and it looked a little bit lower. So bad news is that these waters are continuing to rise, and Terry not looking too happy because of all the water and the risk of our cars. You're watching KTAB. It is 1:34. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with continuing live coverage of the July 6, 2002 flood.
After weeks and months of campaigning, the results of the 2002 election are being counted in elections offices around the country. Good evening. Thank you for choosing KTAB News tonight. I'm Fran Adkins.
And I'm Bob Bartlett. One of the most closely watched races around here is for the 17th District Representative in the U.S. House of Representatives. Incumbent Charles Stenholm versus challenger Rob Beckham.
And here are the latest numbers from the 32 counties of the district. U.S. Representative 17th District, Rob Beckham, so far 49%, Charlie Stenholm 50%, and CBS News projected Stenholm the winner.
And KTAB's Victor Sotelo has been there too and joins us live with the latest information. Victor, what's going on there?
Yeah. Thanks, Bob. We're at Congressman Stenholm's campaign headquarters.
where we've been all night keeping you updated on what's going on, and we're with Congressman Stenholm. Congressman Stenholm, CBS projected you to win early. We asked you about that, and you weren't prepared to comment. Are you prepared to comment about that now?
No, it's still a little early. The numbers are coming in real slow. I will say the trend in the last hour has been in a good direction, but.
And you can hear the crowd cheering as Stenholm gets off the camera with us. Back to you, Bob, from Stenholm Campaign Headquarters.
All right, Victor, thank you very much. I'm sure they're ready to cut that cake in just a little while, but as the Congressman said, still a lot of numbers still to come in and be counted tonight. This has been one of the closest races in the state. Rob Beckham has put up a tough fight and put in a lot of hours campaigning.
And after jogging earlier, he has spent the evening with friends and supporters at the Cypress Street station, watching results as they come in. And KTAB's Rick Tomlin has also been there at the Beckham headquarters. He joins us live. Rick, what's the mood at those headquarters?
You can hear the crowd down here. Very supportive, very confident of the race going on right now. One quick word. They didn't like the cutting cake comment that you made just a second ago with Congressman Stenholm. Thank you, Mr. Beckham, very much. Again, close race. Here's the 17th congressional seat. We'll stay out here as long as we need to be. Rob?
All right, thank you, Rick. It is a close race. It's going to be a long night.
And another race that's been watched very closely here in Taylor County is Taylor County Court at Law number 1. Jack Grant, retired, opening up this bench. And KTAB's Kristen Arnold has been at the courthouse all evening and joins us live with all the latest information from there and the numbers on this court race. Right, Kristen?
That's right. And, you know, it's not as exciting as it is at Beckham and Stenholm's camps. But you know what? We are getting in a lot more precincts coming in. The last time I met with you was about 9:25, and we did have about 13 precincts, and that number has jumped all the way to 23. That was up 10 since I talked to you, and all the precincts are accounted for. So, of course, we'll stand by, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more action here, but probably not. All the fun is over at the Stenholm and Beckham camps, but we'll be here.
No cake where you are, I guess. Okay, Kristen, thank you very much for those updates throughout the evening. Well, of course.
So scared with the way that I feel, it's written all over my face. When you walk into the room, I wanna find a hiding place. We used to laugh, we used to hug, the way that old friends do. But now a smile and a touch of your hand makes me come unglued. Such a contradiction. Do I lie or tell the truth? Is it fact or fiction? Oh, the way I feel for you, it's so complicated. I'm so frustrated. I wanna hold you close, I wanna push you away, I wanna make you go, I wanna make you stay. Should I say it? Should I tell you how I feel? I want you to know. Then again, I don't. So complicated. So complicated. Just when I think I'm under control, I think I finally got a grip. Another friend tells me that my name is always on your lips. They say you're more than just a friend. They say I must be blind. Well, I admit that I've seen you watch me from the corner of your eye. Oh, it's so confusing. Yeah, I wish you'd just confess, but think of what I'd be losing. If your answer wasn't yes, it's so complicated. I'm so frustrated. I wanna hold you close, I wanna push you away, I wanna make you go, I wanna make you stay. Should I say it? Should I tell you how I feel? Oh, I want you to know. But then again, I don't. It's so complicated. And I hate it. complicated.